said always that if we don't see that credibility reflecting in the things you do and how you do it, you don't expect that because you have said it, we should take it that you are credible. We don't trust you, and you keep doing it. Does not allow us to trust you. Then you come and sit down and say that, oh, I am trustworthy.
No, but Nancy, you see, as long as you are dealing with figures and human beings, and it is politics, trust does not work.
So
what works?
What
works is...
I don't get it when she's always shouting credibility and all that.
But you don't call for it.
That is why you are pleased to come and say that.
Yes.
And I'm saying she's wasting her time. No, she's wasting her time.
Because yes, it's my regional police station, regional police commander, Central yes. And reports about HMO. To come there. We have Abba, I heard something. Whether I heard something. Say, say they want to prevent the two test numbers.
No, as at now, because they can't do anything about it.
Now, so, the presiding officer, like I said, Munamonaso. Yeah, honorable. I mean, who will be a woman and we affect this as a woman? Who will be also the
presiding officer has collapsed, so you have to. Hold on to everything.
We will be a woman and we affect this presiding officer. Also, we are say, be a woman of a
You came to declare.
MP, she's still your MP. You push your check up on her and give me feedback.
On top,
that we want to the
Oh,
I think she should be worried.
Well, visiting
I'm monitoring all the media networks, and there are no sympathies for.
No. Who?
You see, there should be someone who should say that. Oh, she was doing a great job.
Yeah.
She's a good woman, or something like that. Tells we will be missing you small. But so far, I haven't heard that. Like somebody saying will be. So it's interesting. I felt sad for a moment. I felt sad for. No sympathy.
Am I right?
Also, I was sponsoring
Charlie, that made me sad. It's not like I say I like him, but when I went to social media, and that's the problem with those in this administration. I think that when you are in this administration, you should do extra. Most of them, everybody is like there are no sympathies for anybody who loses. The people just count you as a number. We so count. We so lose. We so nobody shouts. Oh my way. Oh yeah, dear. No. Oh, that's all. Everybody feels like you people should get out. You should get out. For the first time, nobody is looking at the numbers and thinking, these numbers
will
not help us. But nobody cares.
They don't care.
Because they just feel that in fact, I'm not sure Ghanaians will have a problem if NDC had 76.
Yeah.
You just have said, more we know, more we know.
Wait, total rejection.
And that's for Esther.
Who said Esla? Or maybe you also say, no. That or no per se, on your PBM.
No.
That's why she said.
Level of 3.
Constituency. She doesn't know. And you see, then I will hear what constituency hope. Say, Ja will sing un cobium. And it's our baby. Do you get it? It means that I always go back to Ablakwa. If somebody like him,
Nancy, it's a combination of many things with Ablakwa.
That's what I'm saying. No, Sana. But when you are showing working,
Ablakwa will never say that.
That's what I'm saying. That even somebody like him, as a member of parliament, with the on the ground, okay, if he says something like that, though it won't sound like, but you can take it. But we have been through your constituency from end about to Begbeise to Alaska Mohoni.
Where's where the floating bridge was?
Agege, Glefe, and the whole place. It's like you are walking through the area and you feel like Enye Accra now. I grew up in Dansoman, and so I know the place very well. Then I'm comparing 2024 to those days that we were growing up in the early 80s. And you are like, are we going backward? Dansoman, or there's no new developments in the area. Businesses are closing down day in, day out. And then you, as member of parliament, you will come and tell us that until you decide that you will not contest again, that is when you will leave power.
Yeah.
Says who? That Dansoman is yours? The constituency, like, is a better.
So what is it? It's you are afraid of something.
MPP promise. One guy said, I'm going to create 2 albums for MPP promise. Tama, and the power banner contested or no.
You make such comments, and
they produced 2 albums for one promise.
Explosive just talks by heart. Says who? That was why I was angry. The constituency on, like, it's a better.
So what is it? It's you are afraid of something.
They lost that seat to her again.
MPP promise. One guy said, I'm going to create 2 albums for MPP promise. Tama, and the power banner 500 be.
You make such comments. No, and you got to produce 2 albums. Because just talks by heart. Because that was campaign and nipa then you hear that the people themselves have, like, they've heeded to the cause. And the say for the 16 years that she has been with us, no development here. Even embedded on the 60 years now, and they went out and voted against her. And I'm person we place but thank God it's like it's no more going to parliament. The people themselves have, like, count for every count for all the things. I'm compiling the list. She must not for it. I am so particular about Esla because and I always say that the effect of her action on us, I cannot forget. I cannot forget. It is, you see, when you know where you are going, okay, now require. Radio Gold would have been like, hey, the then you just come and say that you're blocking you.
And information here, and say, your catcher was a politics. That's all not taking a personal decision. Yes, go down because it's an about one. So really good constituency.
That is why I decided that India physically I will be in the constituency. When you know where you are going. So for her, now will be like any other person. I don't care. Whatever government will want to do with them. Cool. But let's go
We'll go
into the books.
And this is for one Peter
DVD alone. It's a whole thing.
And then you'll be the production man and say, you can't take food.
They pay school fees, they feed their family.
So really good constituency.
Turn into beggars in this house. Physically. For what? For what? And I've always gone back to the fact that you have issues. You said you have your issues. We have looked into our books and those issues do not exist. Okay? You have issues. Sit down and talk about it. Closing down the station is the best thing. And you do not like. And found who said Ghana for 8 years in our house. Wait. They pay school fees. Like and found who said for No, you didn't think about that. And the found your second season will be good. And yes, 2020. What was it? And I've always gone back to what do you think was it? You have issues. You said
No,
you
to be very
have
frank,
issues. We have
there was one
looked into our
time I
issues.
noticed
Issues do not exist. You have issues. Sit down and talk about issues.
Nana, it was as if a president is telling you that in this particular case, I can't do nothing about it.
No,
Because
you didn't think about that.
Not exactly. He is telling you that that is not a territory that I can invade.
Okay.
So it looks like he transferred ownership. And when that person is doing whatever she is doing, he cannot say anything. That
If it is in his favor.
not even in his favor too. It's just like he's telling you that I cannot do anything about it. Have you ever seen him do anything about anything you say about the Oslo also at Communications Ministry?
Oh no, what's for that one?
No. There are places where you realize that Anando will not do anything.
Yeah.
Finance Ministry, one, only construct roads in his hometown and to his own home in Tama. Some of those places, do you hear him say anything? He doesn't say anything when it comes to some of those particular places. He won't touch it at all. He won't complain. He won't say anything. So she had, and you see, you realize that power was absolute. And absolute power corrupts absolute. So to me. And I think that was what she was trying to replicate at the constituency in Dansoman. Everybody bow. I am here. I want to win the seat. You should all give it to me.
For me.
Okay, you're calling
That is
MTN.
MTN,
Yeah.
that's one MTN.
That kind of attitude reflected throughout. I think she had absolute power. Nobody showed her the power. Nobody was saying you can't go this way. So she got to a point where everything should change. All knees should bow. You hear that with her. Like, people were now begging her, oh, open the radio stations. Oh, open the radio stations.
And would look at
And
you.
then she would look at you. And you see, but that was not it.
Oh, it got to a point. Yeah, a kakitobni in the tape. But tape, no. Your boss had tape na and cannot guy know the tape in the buyer, no. Obenyasem. So, on him, no Obenyasem. There were three. And no make it that is a radio good dear or one personal decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, you hear that in her voice.
And clearly it was.
Yes. You hear that.
Clearly
That's why I
it
said,
was. Na omudika. But you ask him, omudika. Obi antumi kaka edi.
That's what that one was that you owe. There were a couple of times when I took on some people who I grew up with over this issue. I told them that, boss, one of the things education helps you do is so that you can independently verify things for yourself. At a press conference.
Yeah.
And listen if she says anything about us owing anybody. And that became, we're not paying taxes, we're not paying SNIT. And everybody was trying to find a reason why Radio Gold was closed. So people will go conveniently, look for their own reasons, assign it to suit their narrative. So it was like, oh, you are not paying taxes. And sometimes I listen to some of my friends in the media, I'm like, wow, this kind of ignorance is informing the public. I'm so surprised. And some of them are from some of the biggest radio stations. And you listen, you're like, really? When you listen, issue that formed the way I see how communications move in Ghana, how people talk. Like, do people listen? That was one of the things I learned. That people don't listen most of the time. They just find a narrative. So, Boache, that idea is in their head. So once it is you, they will find a narrative that suits to tell your story. So Radio Gold is closed down. What happened? They don't ask what happened though. Somebody was speaker. I want the car. The person won't ask, like, where was the debt? Is it a bank that they owe? If they owe GRA, was GRA the one who their radio station? If they owe this person, was it were they did not hold water? Because those were things that could be addressed, could be corrected. Okay, somebody came saw the same things. The person didn't close down radio stations. I'm sure he saw it in many places. But he said that it was not in the favor of this country for radio stations to be closed in that manner. And that was how come these people came into government, closed radio stations, closed banks, closed institutions that were giving people what they call it. Once they did the banks, radio stations. Oh, how much do they even pay their staff? Which jobs? How many jobs? Bank are closing. Now radio station. So before you know, they started closing everything they feel like. Because the mindset was wrong. Because as much as possible, one of the biggest things when you're in government is that you don't want unemployment to get to a certain level.
But they
didn't care.
They don't care.
So they were just doing the things without giving it a second thought, thinking about it. What will be the impact of this? Who would it affect? For example, Slausu, the intelligent one. Kenoforiata, whether they sat down to do an analysis of when we close the radio station down, who would it affect the most? Is it a good idea? Would it be in the interest of the Ghanaians who are there? But you know what they do? They put people into brackets. Nancy is NDC. You can't touch Boachi. He is MPP. But Nancy there, even if you kill him, it doesn't matter. So they put people into small brackets. This one is not for us. That person is not for us. So the one who is, whether you are Ghanaian or not, being Ghanaian no longer becomes a matter of concern. They group people. And that's how come they fail that way. That entitlement. Now, as long as this person is not part of our group, he doesn't deserve to get anything.
Even within the MPP for no crown. So we have MPP na say, onka na the group no more.
No, you are not part of it. Yeah, you are not part of it.
UT Bank.
You are not part of it.
UT Bank comedy.
And that's the challenge. That's the challenge.
But Western region, you know.
No, I think Western was always ripe for the taking.
But the other two numpo.
Ifia and
Takrady.
Yes.
In fact, if you listen, we're speaking to Musa Dankwa this morning.
Okay.
He said the rest will go down. So to them, in their polling, the only constituency that was going to stay with the New Patriotic Party was Sekendi. Sekendi goes and Sekendi is complement. Sekendi is replaced by Takrady.
Yeah.
And
that's the polling.
The vote difference, you know. Last 4 years, 13,000 vote difference, you know. And this time around less than 1,000.
Where?
Takrady.
And so
where the original minister are not Edini MP no.
It's ripe for the taking.
Because Sunday now a show no. And Saturday, right?
Yeah,
Saturday evening no baby float. So from Big FM, Bank of Ghana head office to Big FM, the Bank of Ghana directly opposite. And for 2 hours, then you pay about 200. And we are regional minister in the last float for elections.
Yeah.
Kobe.
I think,
So 17 seats, and this are taking 15.
Yeah.
And 15, 2 know the Takrady Metropolis.
Yeah.
So the outskirts of Takrady,
they took off. Regions which I don't feel should be no-go areas. Even the NDC have felt for the first time in Ashanti region that this place if we give ourselves time, take them seriously and work hard enough. Because politics is our interest.
That's true.
What is their interest? Has the NDC ever found out? What is the interest of the people who live there? How do we address those interests? As long as you do that, and sometimes, Nancy, it's plain theft. Sometimes they lose many places because of plain theft.
Yeah.
They look at the historical and use to guide their people don't vote for us. Okay, so let's concentrate on this one. Let's concentrate on that one. Meanwhile, you are a party with a national character. Why is your party not strong enough in that region or in that constituency to protect its votes and ensures that they maximize the votes? Why is your party not strong enough in that constituency? That's the question the NDC needs to be answering. Bantama is a no-go area. Why is it a no-go area for a party that has been in government? Is it this one is a no Mensha South there won't me? No, it doesn't make sense. In those regions, to the point that they can stand up for themselves. Why? When you are doing voter agent, do you take people there to go and do agent for voter agent? How many times do you take agents to the voter agent to go and do something? Sometimes the people who go back there are people from the voter.
So the MPP actually won 3 regions, right? I'm winning Northeast.
The one of it?
Okay, so we'll be no post here, they are measured, and
Okay.
I don't know
they
whether
won Northeast.
they won Northeast because I go for the
In
one
terms of
Northeast.
total number of votes.
Northeast last time.
Okay.
Then Ashanti region and Eastern region. Meaning that
All of them.
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bono.
Eastern region, for instance. Eastern region 51-47.
Yeah. Then why? How come? Look at the total number of seats that the NDC won against their total number of seats.
Yeah.
It doesn't reflect the presidential election.
Yeah.
So which means there's a problem in the Eastern region that needs to be addressed. And the people who have, you see, I think the NDC should do one thing.
But
They should learn a lesson from the MPP. The NDC should do one thing.
So this is the presidential results.
from
The numbers. The numbers 3,130. Then 453,234 for the
Sana.
NDC.
You're looking at 40,000.
You get it?
yeah, Ukulusu Gabu here.
Close it.
Obey the win
Cra.
elections.
They can win.
Oh dear, because one NDC are winning. The last time I told you,
Yeah.
Rollins first 2 elections, NDC winning Eastern region. Now, Abuyi.
You keep this,
keep peace we are. Obey the winning elections of Kromona.
Yeah.
it won't happen.
Yeah.
Then Ashanti make sure say the 30-35% all the time.
always-
Eastern 47.
But why would you be 30-35%? What we have learned is that anything is possible in
Yeah,
politics.
that's it.
To make about 40-50.
Why? Why not?
40%.
No, I think that the NDC should start empowering people who empower the party.
Okay.
Exactly.
You see, when you give somebody an opportunity, you expect that person uses that opportunity
To help.
to also provide further opportunities for others.
Others, yeah.
That's how politics works.
Okay.
That's how politics works. That's how come when you make somebody a road minister, the person in the road sector, that whatever I give to you, use judiciously to produce as many roads as possible. I know you cannot construct it all, but don't create an environment where when I give you money, you have a hole that the money just falls into and never comes out. But the roads that are done are of high quality. So you give that person the opportunity to empower you. Okay, so, and I think that's what should work with the NDC. I just don't want to speak plainly, but I think they should learn that. The northern region, eastern parts, is controlling the eastern part. Why?
Eastern part of the north.
The northern region.
Okay.
Why? The MPP are giving. There's no MP in that part that does not have an appointment.
That's it.
You understand?
And the
So
understanding
the
is that
yes.
they target seats. They target
So,
the seats.
Targeting
give
a very clear.
then they give the appointment to you with the directive. We are giving you this so that you can have enough resources to go for this seat
In the north.
So
and so
everybody
you see the police, the why tamu wanamu do that you get enough resources to resource the party.
But you see, at the end of the day, what that should do, and one of the biggest challenges with them too that will collapse over time, is that this money's personal wealth and build war chests that they can take to war instead of using these opportunities to build their constituencies.
Yeah, that's true.
So there should be those two things. So you are empowering the person to empower you, but also ensuring the person affects. That turns the constituency around for you.
It all boils down to who?
Not building personal war chests.
Who are you giving the resources to?
Because there are people who are so rich in this government. They are so rich in this government.
I'm not for your cash.
Charlie, they are so rich.
I'm not for your cash, Papa.
The money they have within this government. Because it's looked on as people have empowered and built war chests as against supporting and building their constituencies. So there's not so much. In fact, there are some constituencies where, see, somebody like Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, not in government. But pick the MP.
None compares.
Compare their constituency to what he is doing.
Meanwhile,
the people who you are comparing them to, those people are very rich people.
Yeah.
They are richer, far richer than Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Some of them are very well connected by their position than Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. But they are not doing anything for the constituency. All you see is that this guy is becoming richer. So he's building war chests so that on election day, he can pay you to do that, give you this. If it gets to a point where Gina Tumami, they becomes the order of the day. That's what they use the money for, instead of using the money to affect the constituency. And I think that's one of the things that we need to do better. They need to do better. I think that you can learn from people, but you must learn from people in a manner that's sustainable. And I think that's it.
I've been done for a year recent across the floor.
Hey, Oluzuye.
Or say,
No.
we accepted the sentence. We say, oh, boss.
Oh, no, Sabo, Nanka will say,
it's too late. It's too late.
They didn't.
It's
They were
too
tone
late.
deaf. Boache.
It's too late.
Listen to some of the things.
too
In the
late.
heat of the campaign, when one of the biggest issues was Galamsey, look at the response that came from the aunt. Sometimes.
Obi said the
Anyway, I'm
Galamsey
already-
ye tunu akrana.
What shit is that?
Crowd steady.
The cosmopolitan area.
Somebody will
So
say,
everybody,
Where medical
everybody
doctors
comes from
go.
somewhere.
that's what's a
No,
medical doctor.
but he says everybody comes from somewhere. He didn't move from where he is to Accra because he's MP.
Yeah.
But for the MP-ship, he will be sitting somewhere. So you don't know where somebody also comes from. So if I come from the Western region, and I find myself in Accra, how many of us in Accra come from Accra? Boache, do you hail from Accra? Let's say go to your hometown right now. Would you go to Jamestown? Some of the unintelligent responses that came from them, and sometimes they like you just listen to them, you're like, wow, they don't even realize they are in an election. They just respond anyhow. They think, oh, mine, and then people will be happy.
Yeah.
But that is not what people wanted. You must be able to do certain things without necessarily they say where your freedom ends. So you can mine, but you cannot buy mining. So you mine. So let me ask the people who say they will buy bottled water. The water that they bottle, does it come from Togo? You know, Ghanaian water.
Yeah.
So where do they get? They get the water from Ghana to river bodies. Where would the bottled water companies get the water to bottle?
You called Takwa, funny saying, chairman, no, and the executives, and they were like, watch it, Galamsey, no, it's in two folds.
Yeah.
Baako yebono Bearland so. Yensu. Ene binum ye water bodies no. But over takwa before 2016 and I say Jomama be kwakoye you know. Na takwa river bit say Bonsa and other rivers are I know na omo depend on for nsu omo no. Na that time no. Na nsu clean. Bonsa River started when time MPP started here then. Started about power. And they are saying that MPP for now, one face ya buying about power no. And now go find crofobia good to no. So omutwamuno mrekuduka omusenso na hono. Oni msenso na hono.
So onya ho fanso.
MPP mpani phone msenso na hono kufuado abata takwa ne ubamiema baho several times. Amuni mse takwa nso na hono. Eti ye ne emeka na omuni
see, in the last few days, after Obeka said they would deploy military, they would deploy police to go and police the river, the forest reserves and all, the report is that the rate at which the Galamsey is happening is higher than before the deployment.
Yeah. You don't need to introduce more people.
The mining in the forest reserves, Akosro, after the deployment of the military.
Soldier for no.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
you see, there's one thing we should watch out for. I think to do an assessment of who is mining. Let's wait. Let them walk out of power. And you see, one of the things that a new government should write. Mining without listening to anyone.
It's a very licenses.
Now we'll see.
No,
Those who are mining, sometimes watch it. You can take license in my name, take license in Nancy's name, take license in everybody's name. There were one man. Say one man. One man had about 16 licenses. And when you see each of the companies have different it is some
and those
game
of you
that they
who
were
have
playing with.
minds of mining, Galamsey for na my imagine say move to Galamsey. Mu nyina ye ma warning.
Say Galamsey, no me cho say Galamsey no you.
Men chirem. Shana one chirem
wa
ha.
So they sat me down. And I'm catching me say Galamsey.
Me say men chirem.
Uko ka Galamsey na so
chirem. Me sha ube to Galamsey.
O da be meet to Galamsey.
Sana.
Na TV.
Disgrace political research. Musa Dankwa, you are disgracing political research. What is this? Where is this coming from? What is this? Musa Dankwa, you are disgracing political research. We don't like that. If you didn't study political science and you want to learn it from some cocoa, please don't come and embarrass us. Musa Dankwa, what is this? Oh, please. I mean, you see, when they do that, the people are not disgrace political research. Disgrace political research. Musa Dankwa, you are disgracing political research. What is this? Where is this coming from? What is this? Musa Dankwa, you are disgracing political research. We don't like that. If you didn't study political science and ask us. Steve Odo is an NDC man. But you will be embarrassed by this. What kind of research is this? What is this? Musa Dankwa, what is this? Oh, please. Let me.
Oh, wait.
Anapa mode loto forecast kasa. Sana.
Oh, say, you see, I journalistic issues. Know how to put the numbers together, and then they have a formula to calculate what and all that. Minimum. Okay. I can only talk about that when I know what goes into it. Into what the person says, I have done polls before, polls that actually indicated that your party, Paul, that you love so much, would win an election, and they did win. In that year, all of you said that Musa Dankwa is a real poster. Okay. Now another poll from the same person is out, telling you that you are losing the election. Instead of taking the numbers, calling him and he we done say I dang, can we change something? You bet me I nyama fufra and I say muti Facebook himfa na mu bashi papa we ya
ose bu de nya na me wie no discredited no was
Is that what he said?
that then Paul took the contract. Paul, what's our contract no? Eddie Musa Dankwa on your what screen touch analysis.
Yeah. Screen touch will be so apart from
your bogus poster. Or your bogus poster. Then you see that and your Papa Bino believe that okay, Paul saying we should ignore him, so we ignore him. And so Dr. Bamia yesterday when he was saying that they will reorganize and come back stronger.
Yeah.
You should know that people like this one, part of that reorganization because they will do him in.
Some of the metal now in this world.
He made it to the screenshot.
Let's say Obomidi or good review. Maybe said 2 months ago.
Up because Paul, what he does, journalism, and your journalism.
Yeah.
It is not okay. So if you want to follow a guy like this, you mess yourself up.
And the way MPP grassroots, a GD, Paul Adomoche is a proper journalist. Momodi,
It was screen touch. Ubi. What are you coming to say?
You
don't get a screen touch, you are coming to say.
It's a screen video.
Huh?
And what's the software?
TV.
TV on.
Who they TV?
Oh, okay.
You have your screen touch.
Okay.
If you do the screen touch and put things up, all you need is for somebody to develop some infographics.
Me message I'll see your better screen touch in the and see you're ready sir from a next month no best start here screen touch analysis
okay yeah met me screen touch ni now ti mama DJ for me you ni free ha
until so me can say tell Boachi
you still get a screen touch MPP for see who there screen no won't find you waste your time.
Musa Dankwa say after an exit poll no. Patrick Bowman lost Okankwe Central according to the exit poll no. So the NDC 58% and MPP 42%. Well, Okankwe Central exit poll. Mo am kokko to about 300 no. About
Baba paid their own coalition.
Yes.
Also this time around the NDC did something that I love so much, that they were doing their own coalitions. As in the parliamentary candidates.
okay.
And so per Baba's own coalition, no, not Omwewini. That's why he kept saying, I've won the seat.
Okay.
I've won it. So that one pink sheet now, I bet
bone of contention. No?
Yes, and no there was some more address it. They have to record that and declare the guy.
5 minutes
Okay.
at this point.
So we are getting somewhere.
Dr. Eduardo Maneboama.
Okay.
Only Asante is
Only Ashanti region.
Okay.
Asante
So somebody should call Jim Mensah. Should be getting ready to come
declare.
and declare John
So,
Mahama.
In the meantime,
the
there's
president.
the tension is building up in Accra Coalition Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know the Dominic Kwabenya thing is there, the Okaikwe Central is there, and
Don't make Kwabenya the ND.
Kwabenya is done. So I think
Yes.
they've been told that that's all. But Okaikwe Central is where the issue is, and because if you realize more. The NDC guys are turning up.
And for
the supporters
Basentale
are
to
also
put
massive.
that
Okay,
on
yeah.
his Facebook, and you know the following he has on social media,
Yes.
it means that I mean, they should watch
More
out
people,
for
more
them.
people, more people will turn
But
on them.
let's also send a message to the NDC supporters who are happy about this victory that please, by all means, you would celebrate, you would jubilate and all that, but take caution.
See, I'm on two on board.
Because,
time, yes,
like,
yeah.
riding motor and all that, you need to stay alive to enjoy the victory.
Yeah, I know you're the best number. Say the spinning machine.
You need to stay alive.
Charlie.
You need to stay alive to enjoy the
Problem
victory. And whilst jubilating, while driving through and all the
Before
things
the
you are
declaration,
doing.
work on high spinning machine.
Genuine support, nobody credit.
Because the machines have been secured
because
already.
the information
Okay.
coming from Ododo Prankro 4 and
No,
all
no,
that.
no, please, don't go there.
So we are begging that
Don't
yes,
go there.
Muma Mweninji,
Yeah.
but you should also consider your safety and that of other people
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yes.
But- Things that Wachi will certainly happen. See, for example, me, I think the security have made a big mistake. The police service have done us a big disservice.
Aren't you?
Right now, think about it. In the case of Odududu, where Neil Ante was saying, one of the people who were helping protect him was gunned down, only for his, that's the other way around. And he was sending caution to the people that the people who did that will pay for it. 30 months south. People were killed. Nobody has been held accountable for it.
Yeah.
Now imagine power changes hands. What do you think will happen? Ablekuma Central, the guy who was shot and died. You know our area.
Yeah.
You know our area is gone. Who is being prosecuted for it? How far have they gone with the case? How would the people who are his family, who are perhaps friends, acquaintances, how would you assure them that you're doing what is necessary so they shouldn't retaliate? There are things that will happen in this town that will be difficult to stop.
Yeah.
And if those things happen, they have failed all of us. They have failed all of us. In fact, in the case of, what do you call it? What happened in Kaswa? By now, we're waiting for the police to announce who have they arrested in connection with the killings.
Okay, so I think say Omar declare one Mujido is not wanted 3 days ago. Got no boat.
So the question is,
Yeah.
okay, so I hope they do
Yes,
investigation.
Oton two, according to formation. No.
Ono
Yes,
ton
or yet
two.
two san two.
What do you call it?
Nakoye.
So what was his interest in this matter that led to him shooting someone? Whose interest was he pursuing? Which connected persons was he protecting? What was he trying to achieve with this? All those are questions that the Ghana Police Service should start asking themselves. Remember, Boache, everything that happens locally, people have local answers to it. So even before you start investigation, they know why he did that, and who he was, in whose interest he was doing that.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the things that Ghana Police Service needs to do for the first time. If I were them, if I had investigated and found some people who were responsible for Techim and South, and because of Nanado, I can't do that. I'll start doing that now. Just so that you reduce tensions. But in the meantime, I agree that things should be done. Yes.
That's Ibrahim who was shot yesterday.
Yeah. But no, the matter is, it needs to be dealt with. Nancy, Kaswa is not one of those places where you shoot somebody and
to say
go.
pay. Or body got to move
Problematic.
it to.
Just like that.
It's not one of those places where you shoot somebody and just...
But only said to Tim and Sat, so almost two this time
This
around.
time.
Yes, and one is your rubber bullet, and anyway, you say the bill.
Something happened in Man, so that didn't get public
Yeah.
attention, involved soldiers.
Yeah.
You see, and then what happened in Tolon? Me, I felt that the last place to shoot a gun in some of these places.
Yeah.
And I was praying that takes out a guy and fires in Boko.
Yeah.
Over a resource. And luckily, it looks like been a declaration of war.
Yeah.
Already there's a problem there. So there are many places where I was praying that we didn't go there. In fact, I was happy that a Black woman Central was quiet.
Yes.
Because I know what I've heard living in this area. I was happy that Ududu was quiet.
Okay,
But
so
aside somebody's head being bust.
Electoral Commission said declaration of presidential resource. EC corporate head office. I want to know.
Okay.
Time 4:30 p.m. 5 minutes ago. See, we information my mission na Alaska and fa on flyer no my about so na obia and so you're 2.5 hours away. 2.5 hours away.
When did they say they would declare?
The corporate office.
4:30.
EC corporate office.
4:30
p.m.
today.
So that's
because when you say you have
as I saw co practice
practice what?
No. Was on here about say Mamudu. T.
So he must be sure of
yes. T. John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama.
So your theories.
That's all John Dramani Mahama sabe to have Enkanano. I just but Dr. Mahmoud was 8.
You see, you should.
Why be that?
You know what have been collated? The party sign underneath it. Afarijan carries the results. There will be media there ready.
Yeah.
There's always a setup.
Let the citizen know.
So all you come is walk in and declare the result.
Yeah.
Right after you get it.
No
because you don't need to delay.
This is it.
Oh.
Yeah. Monday, 9th December 2024, 4:30 p.m.
This
EC corporate head office. Declaration of presidential results.
It's 7 minutes
Presidential
past.
election results.
We have everything you need, but except so the coalition, we understand the Greater Accra Coalition Center. Now the police deployment have gone up. There are more people massing up there. Luckily for us, all of the people have their big wigs in there. So they can help de-escalate. But at this point, there's no way I think that somebody would they said a particular polling station Baba was 0. Is it 0?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
And they are also saying that it is 100 that is on their pick sheet.
Yeah, but how is that even possible?
That somebody
No, even because even in the places where they say you can't
at
you still get some 2 or 1.
Yes. So 0 how?
0, how is that possible? How is that even possible if that's sweeping in the middle of Accra? In the center of Accra. That's
Not
impossible.
anywhere, Fadama.
It doesn't make how is that? How does that even make sense? What does that even make sense? So I don't even get what it is about. But I think I'm hoping that they find a middle ground. You find a middle ground. There has to be a way of that issue as soon as possible. But as for Domeko Abenyadie, there's nothing they can do. No.
Now call you on seats. How comes in out to senior? But now so Okofasa spoke you way. I still don't get Tiana. No more.
I don't know.
I'm not saying arrangement around upon phone here, you know. Spending machine, you know. 4:30. Almost now be jumping.
Okay.
Was a press conference.
So we can monitor the NDC is
okay. Yeah, share na phantom here there. Phantom.
Since yesterday, 8th December, of vandalism and looting of state properties are reported to have been carried out by disgruntled supporters of the ruling New Patriotic Party, who are of the belief that their party parliamentary candidates hoarded state-procured food items, fertilizer, and other materials which were meant to be distributed to voters before the December 7th election as part of the MPP's voter inducement strategy. Also, some of these unfortunate incidents are reported to have been carried out by over-jubilant supporters of the NDC who have been carried away by the excitement of the party's resounding victory in the just ended presidential and parliamentary elections. The NDC hereby condemns, in no uncertain terms, these acts of lawlessness, whether carried out by NDC supporters or other party supporters. While we appreciate the legitimate frustration of the Ghanaian people against the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia MPP regime, we wish to call on Ghanaians, especially the rank and file of the NDC, to exercise restraint and to go about their jubilations with a sense of responsibility. The NDC remains committed to upholding probity and accountability in government. And this we shall begin to do after 2025. In accordance with the rule of law, of state property, mob justice, and any form of lawless retribution have the potential to undermine the peace and stability of our dear nation. Hence, unacceptable. Such lawless acts constitute grievous offenses under the laws of Ghana and will not be countenanced by the Ghana Police Service. The NDC calls for calm among all its supporters across the 16 regions of Ghana. Comrades, our hard-fought and long-awaited victory is finally here. Our long-awaited victory. Let's celebrate this victory responsibly and trust the incoming NDC Mahama government to do the needful as far as probity are concerned in accordance with the rule of law. The day of accountability is finally here. Our patience is very critical at this stage. Fellow countrymen and women, and especially NDC supporters, the leadership calls on all of you to exercise restraint in how we celebrate the resounding victory we have been given by the good people of Ghana and by God Almighty. Everyone has a right to celebrate in this time, but we must show that we are responsible citizens. The reason why you cannot engage in violence or any acts of vandalism or any attacks on state property or looting of state property is that it is against the law. And ours is a law-abiding political party. Aside that, we want you to leave to see John Dramani Mahama sworn in as president on the 7th of January. We want you to participate in the process of resetting Ghana and to benefit the Ghana that works, that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will be leading us to build the Ghana we all want. We want you to live to see that, to participate in that process, and to benefit from the fruits thereof. You cannot do that if you end up injured or dead because of excesses. The excesses with this, there are many disgruntled and frustrated MPP supporters who are looking for an opportunity to cause mayhem. We've won this election clean. We've won this election free and fair. We did not resort to violence. That has never been our nature. And so it is not now that we will resort to violence or acts of violence. Vandalism. At 4:30 p.m., John Dramani Mahama will be declared as president. And by close of day, the new president-elect will address the nation. Latest, by the 7th of January, in the next 28 days, he will be sworn in as president. And when he is sworn in, the change you are looking for, the accountability you are looking for, the probity you are looking for, you are going to see. Only this afternoon, 2 of our supporters have been murdered in cold blood in Akomadan. As a result, these excesses associated with the jubilation going on. We don't want to lose any NDC supporter. Again, we don't want that. John Mahama doesn't want that. The leadership of the NDC don't want that. We want you alive. John Dramani Mahama will be working with the entire nation to build and to benefit from the fruits thereof. As I've mentioned, in Tamale Central and Gushegu, we know that the people who attacked the NADMO offices there were not NDC people, they were NPP people, because they claimed that their parliamentary candidates hoarded food items which were supposed to be distributed to them before the election. And so when you do this as an NDC supporter, you give people the opportunity. Some places, those doing that are NPP supporters. And finally, the reason why we must all heed this advice is that there are many NPP supporters who want to destroy evidence of their wrongdoings and their criminal conduct. Don't give them a smooth screen for them to do that. So there is no need attacking any government institution, vandalizing any public property, breaking anything. If you need rice, you call rice. We love you and we want you to be safe. We want you to jubilate responsibly so that we can all see Akufo-Addo handing over the baton to John Mahama on the 7th of January 2025. On never to do. We want you to see Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono administering the oath of office of president. We want you to see John Mahama at the Independence Square. We want you to see him begin the implementation of the 24-hour economy to create jobs and opportunities for all and a select to live to see the Ghana that we all want, which John Dramani Mahama will be delivering. So please, we are begging you. For those of you who are at various regional coalition centers, please, you need to be calm. Currently, in all those regional coalition centers, our regional executives are there in their numbers. For those of you in Greater Accra, the regional, and once results have been declared, the results cannot be changed at the regional coalition center. If the declaration was legally made at the constituency coalition center, designated returning officer. So the Obuasi East constituency results as declared cannot change. Nobody can change it at the regional center. It will not happen. And what they are trying to do in Greater Accra will not happen. For the constituencies whose results have not yet been declared, like Okaiko Central, because EC officials to swap coalition office and the right thing will be done. The same applies to Ablikumanov and the other constituencies. In Eastern region, our regional chairman and his executive are currently in the at the regional coalition center. The issue about Akwetia, Fantiakwa North, and Nsawoma Dwajuri are all being resolved. And we know that at the end of the day, the truth will prevail. And our parliamentary candidates declared as the duly elected members of parliament for those constituencies. As for Anodompre, who has shot one of our supporters in the thigh, he himself shooting, you don't worry. 7 January is not far. The day of accountability is coming. Don't take the laws into your own hands. We waited for 8 years for this. don't do that reflects the persona and character of our leader, John Dramani Mahama, and he will not let us down. Thank you very much. I will do a very brief summary of this very important message in Chi. A crate, the Ansasha, a NDC Treasurer for Penny, our General Secretary, Yura Fifi Aviquati. And Ononama Maquina said, Minyasa, Mefan Semi and Tuja and Famano. If you know every year, Quenumre, Yatitin Sembia, SEC, Yatise, Nadmo office, Biwo, Kru Bisua, Nipebinum, Aquaco Bubu office, Neni, Afefa, in Rianen and Yemefriho. A bayon you may be wa, Nipebinum Aqua Takisa institutions, no, a buying Ejapade, a buying Yama, or mining Yama, Efriho. Yatise Ibiakosu Watermalis and Pragushigu, any Miami Bibri will sing, and then crying, hey, Yatise BSC, Western region Yatise BSC. Abusian for Sa and Yamana Cost of NDC for Yadia, Yara Hopana, Amai Siaf Kesekesepa. And Miami Bibri, what you see, you know. The Ayate, and I say, a MPP phobia. Omubu ofuse emo fertilizer na nyeme bia aban no se mo bekaya na nsi aban ne ka se nsuo anto wosirim opaba nje omo ye drought support program bi omakọ mrahye bedwem akọ gisika fertilizer acheche ama akuafo ni nipa bi no se enuane no omo totoye no na nya Ghana fo no mo cha ama ye ne mum omo ye se omo de beto nipa adwen na nipa no ato aba ama wo Ghana fo agye mu ne de omo anto ama wo. But omo parliamentary candidates ni bi wo wa omo anche nyema no omo hodugu omo nadmo offices ni aban warehouses bi eno na MPP fo adi ntwe ni afa what say ne sa obedwen say NDC for na ye but in those specific cases na nye NDC for but no question say emiamia bebre so wo ho a NDC for bi so ena ma nige na aba no bebre intimi almost also ISI maybe by attacking state institutions and facilities be. The NDC amanyoko. Ye jina ye mpenyufo nyina na mu aka say ye MPP ni na ye say ye na fo. Na wo say isi heya. Wo ya Ghana ni na wutia titiru wo ye NDC ni na wutia. Na wa ye wadwen so be bibisa ya Mr. Ojai. Enfam ran hye musem enye de ensem fata. So be fum kuma also won fum nwa mfie twini na ben asay o men adi ani a yenya konwa so nkuni bia na bawie afedi ani aho pipre a ye attack state institutions wo yesa na je say the MPP for ye ya Ghana for ani anye ho no be ma obi aka se wo ye nyina kra ye pe eso ye nye pe nti ye besere se bebi asa de na koso bia na ye nyae ye mpese ye beti se bi esibiem because MPP for no bi a omo police mu omo titrafo ni bi no omo pe kwan a omo be fast we prepare NDC etichafo no makunkum bi son of Asante Mantem omo kum yen supporters ni bi mienu branch secretary a police fo gina we page now the videos are there ya the second awo mo atwitwa mo ewia ketekete sa enyeme ya ekoso are ho pa di stress ye nyina ye mato ntwa ye ni ba mesrew woji wani a na odi ahwe yesu ayeden aka ho because ya person bia etimi trankwam no nya hoden ompra 7 January 2025 yenyina etimi hia wo Independence Square ehwe o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama yesweni in as president na Akufo-Addo waka say won hand over emma ne ne man china no wonyame adom wonyame osi hininti obe handi over my Papa Joe Mahama. Ebeya dia 24-hour economy odeba no. Ubi na wunya so mfa so. Enti emma nkunimdie ma wonfa bufu ana anije nkoye bibia. Ebetimi amwanya akwanhia ana ebetimi nipa boni ni bia ye obibi na wahwere nkwa ana se wakwa akopira. Yenim se yenyina ye pesa atentere ne perepere yo ye adwuma. But then also the emreno abewi. Aka 28 days pe. Na ye John Dramani Mahama. Asweni in. No abeje efri ye bre ni ye hawo. Oba de nyina ye hwehwe a enu nti ya to aba ama no dodo so sei no obe ya amaye hwatoye. Nti ye besere. Ebi adu no bia anya abotre, obi anya hweye. No bia enye ne nyema kwampa so. Ye ngie ani I'm so in Kubu office being this open the open one. Deputy National Youth Organizer, the last said or more or Bebrobi. I could get more Monday morning hour, Boma Monibi. To me, but I papa back. Ain't he? Sanya Mano, Mamma my niachi, and Koya, the irons and fata. And being himself and you may see for our money as a bay. No naibe bwa pemu no omoni o man no bedi e dia todwa me nyina ebe kasa tie nyina e ba akohia no na yetie ensem a owo ma o man no na yenim se enru ehokra no na parliamentary results kakra ensem wo ho a e de tension aba e wo eastern region in Sawama Dwajiri Akwatia Fantiakwa North constituencies Greater Accra Ablikumanov, Okaikwi Central, Tema Central, Asante Mantem, Obuasi East, minimum Sanya Meninano, na year to year, ama declarations, no, Akoso. Yes, easy for us to say, at least with regards to parliamentary elections, no, Omobayan in 10 terms, so, na, and they yet declare the Bia Kama. Asumdwe aba de ware no yemfa na de ma no na asumdwe mra na ye declare ye mampanyi a yato abaye ni Ewura John Dramani Mahama na oni oman ne mekasa ne yemfa abato into echi na ye nyina ye move on asoman the Ewura John Dramani Mahama ebetra ba enwa no so on 7 January 2025 wa de da ye nyina yakoma so a enu nti ya bom as nipa ba akwa to aba ma no amana chen da no onyame nti oni ehwamoda Sabeka. So, thank you. I don't think that this is off air. I don't think that we will do a press conference at least today because we are waiting for the official declaration by 4:30 as advertised by the EC of the presidential results. And
0.5.
Radio Gold 90.
Why ya?
Your friend me man na me dey sign. So dey wo se wo nya hu aduro. Enemre mu DC Herbal Center. E dey mfidie ehwehwe nipadua mu na odi
Chigrinyi towe babla mi bana. Gana viona de suku famaka. Bato la paille valia vivifie. Chigrinyi towe babla bana. Gana viona de suku famaka. Unyenye mi uri. Shima patote mi suku de gala. Yapa fo chito mana muro maira mone mana tira tumu. Chigrinya jaba chito na mi. Ai fa uti mana tira tumu. Duka, Toniasa.
Amen.
Toniasa.
Amen.
Toniasa. Toniasa.
Amen.
Me say, Obia to me,
Yes, Casano, Hebrew. So not Hebrew.
Obia to me, Babia Yadway. Samaki Soya, who are illa Henu, Elohika, Bikaluvika, Uvika, Navasika, Uvika, Yaduka, Toniasa.
Amen.
Toniasa.
Amen.
Toniasa. Toniasa.
Amen.
Me say, Obia to me.
Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, 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 wapia. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, wapia, wapia. Na yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, 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 wapia. Asana, and I'm not abuso. Asana yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, wapia, wapia. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, 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 wapia. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama. And I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, wapia, 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 wapia. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Ashaina yama, and I'm not abuso. Biday, our biday, wapia, biday, our biday, wapia, wapia, wapia.
Attention! 7th December on the ballot paper. Just look for the umbrella. Trobama chinia umbrella katamanso. 7th December, umbrella katuaba.
So many Baptists. My voice is not coming. They brought in so many shit after that is. Yes, one man brought some. So many people brought fake sheets and you collected them all. They should provide them. If they need the evidence, you provide them with videos.
But hopefully, we are not going to destroy any properties here. Also, allow the instant officials to go for
We are here for peace. We are here for justice. We are here for love.
That's Armstrong Gold Alogbe. Earlier, he spoke to the National Youth Organizer for the MPP, Salam Mustafa, who says they'll mobilize if the NDC does not call its people to order. We'll speak to the regional head office of the EC, and she's also interacting with some officials.
Come to 7th December. Mama, I said,
Hey! Somebody say Yam pro kukwani mame. Sawa bon sawa amen to you bi. Mama jam. Oside 1 2 go. Oh the asempanabo 24 hour. The victory of the Hey, 1 2 go. It's coming again, it's coming again. Rantimpole in ano enekera. I'm for the moon can be wrong. Messi, Ranikira. I said, hey, pressa, prrr. Aha, pressa, prrr. That's the final whistle. I said, pressa, prrr. Okay, okay, come on. 1 2 3 go. He had Chiano. One more time. He had Chiano. Messi, he had Chiano. Dude, are you ready? Are you ready? 1, DJ, let's go. Come on.
Following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively. the NDC has also won the parliamentary election, even though we await final collation for a number of seats. Change just called His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to congratulate him as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I said during the signing of the peace that I was sure of two things. Ghana will win and peace will reign. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively. They also won the parliamentary election, even though we await final collation for a number of seats. However, I believe ultimately that these will not change the overall outcome. I have just called His Excellency John of the Republic of Ghana. I said during the signing of the Peace Pact that I was sure of two things. Ghana will win and peace will reign. Ladies and gentlemen, elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President
because of election. Nibanyas will do whatever an hour you'll be. What you have to do a kunipa. Men, I'm 2 more how I could see fear. I have a lot of people to the fear. Yeah, let's see what you are in the power. Now I could be back. Now I could be back. Now I know what can I see. Then I could buy a son on Tiase. Yamia, son on Tiase. Say how I could. I'm not going for two, but the Kobian will be uncle yet. Never been over yes in the US. A Dabi, but one day. Maybe see you. What did I measure? It will never happen again. We will go there. We want to tell them the police. We will go there. We would retaliate. Yes, we will not give it out just like that. Yes, sir. It's unacceptable. It's awful. How I could say, election will catch all Babisia when you are only 10 man. Yakupo. How I see mobile. Then you met Yasia, the Sumaya Dia, and yet, at the 12 Kumsi, Nikunu, Nema, and in a bush. I give only 1 month, and it's happy. I mean, hey, yo. Yes, the Panaco, your baby, Wafo baby, what could you be at him? What could you be at him? 1 year to show the fear. police for the ballot box. The boys they fire. What lose? What we ya just so I'm up to me. And no be able to be true. What's man about true? Bible says screw out Suma Uniano. Says screw on the boss. Flat. Screw out Suma Uniano. That same thing and the boss. How could it? Now I bring us a season now. Who do you see any other driver and woman? For fire. Just let me. Now, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. We are not giving up. We are not giving up. What I say, we are not giving up. MP before from their head. And no number better than you before. Come on, Kunsi over the 2020. Because here we are now free say and one. What Kaswa, how a Kunsi, a winning election, Obian in any problem. Some NDC members who win here, and yes, anybody will come for 5 ballot people, and I be, and I will push you to the enemy on your shade. Open our create, well, lose, I will lose. You better try to try it. How are you okay? Are you normal? Obey me to my new way. I am ready. Oba, you're just a kind one. Now, what's my wife? I'm going to go. Hey, because of election, Libanians will do whatever now. You'll be what you have to chew a kunipa. Men, I'm trying to have a good fear. I have a lot of people to the fear. Yeah, let's see what you know. Parameter. Nobody asked this woman to even go outside. It's against the law. Now I could be back. Now I want to make what I see. Then you go buy a son on Tiase. Yamia, yes, no on Tiase. Say how I could see. I'm out for 2, but the Kobian will be uncle. Yep. One day, maybe see you. What did I measure? It will never happen again. Now, I'm giving some time. I will move my men to the how I could say house. We will go there. We will go there. We want to tell the police. We will go there. We will retaliate. We will not give it out just like that. Yes, sir. It's unacceptable. How I could say election was at all Babisia on Yabata. Unitema, Yakupo, how I could see Mobo. Then Yametiasia, the Sumaya Dia and Yetro, at the 12 I could say, Nikunu, Nema, and in a bush.
That's where you see that our country is sick. So I think it's time to prioritize Tema. Not because I live in Tema and not because my mother lives in Tema, for this nation. So yeah, my party fortunately did start to invest in infrastructure, especially another challenge that we have that you probably didn't hear people talk about because of the current water crisis. It's this sewage problem. Our whole infrastructure is expired. That's how I put it. The NDC started a project with World Bank that started to see the infrastructure laid out. This government, all years, this is insensitive to the people of Tema Central, and is one of the things that we've looked out, and we're hoping for the return of His Excellency. Because at least he's shown and proving his empathy as regards that particular situation.
77, 78, 79, 81, 82, 83.
Madam, what can be the point?
Hello? Yeah, this is Rojo. I'm the leader of the Atta Mills delegation to the Electoral Commission strong room. Kobna Jebon walks into this room and suddenly funny things start happening. Then they print out another fax machine result. The figure has suddenly metamorphosized into 95,000 plus. This is ridiculous.